about it. Talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Such a good song.
Oh, hold on. We've never started off like this. Just copyright right off the bat.
Right off the bat.
Kevin's hair is so fresh and so clean. Kevin's hair is so fresh and so clean.
Look at him go. Look at him. Look at him white boy it up on the dance floor.
Hi, everybody.
Doing the mouth lick.
You gotta do this one.
Getting rid of the crumbs.
Like, do this. Oh.
Yeah, now do this one.
Don't feel like watching movies, so I'll watch people guess them instead. I don't know how it goes, I think it starts with you.
Guys, welcome to the dang show.
Welcome to the dance floor.
Let me crack open a cold one. It's 9 a.m. and I got a Miller Genuine Draft to shotgun before the show starts.
Nice, dude. MGD. First drink of one of my favorite rappers that I listened to growing up, DJ Quick, which not enough people listen to. If you don't know DJ Quick, please go look at his discography. It's so good.
Miller Genuine Drink.
Mm-hmm. That's very.
Guys, welcome. Kevin's hair looks nice today, but it's cut off at the top of the screen, so you're not going to see it.
Yeah, bad framing, Kevin.
You
Bad.
perverts. You perverts. But I was telling the boys that I was watching Red Dragon last night. Did you ever see that?
Why is it called Red Dragon? Is there
Well, here's the deal. A lot of guys might not know that the Silence of the Lambs series, the Hannibal Lecter saga, if you will, is a series of books, and there's a lot of them.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, and the whole through line through all of them is that Hannibal Lecter is like an intellectual. He's an incredibly intelligent man with psychopathic. He's a psychopath. He's a serial killing, cannibalistic psychopath. But he ends up helping like detectives solve these crimes. And so each movie is like a new serial killers on the loose, and they need Hannibal Lecter, the mind of a serial killer, but also an intellectual, to help them solve the murder. So each one is like about a different serial killer, sort of. And in this one, it's about someone who calls himself the Red Dragon.
Red Dragon.
Yeah. And it's really cool because you get to see like Hannibal Lecter before he like got arrested, before he was caught. And he's like serving his dinner guests like someone from like he was at a symphony and like someone wasn't playing the flute perfectly. And so he like served him to his dinner guests.
Damn.
But the cast is crazy because it's got Edward Norton is the lead, and Ray Fiennes plays the Red Dragon, and Philip Seymour Hoffman's in it, and some of the cast from the original from Silence of the Lambs is in it, and it's
an insane handful of people.
Yeah, it's a crazy ensemble, and it's a well-made movie. It's kind of got a late 90s kind of vibe, but I love the Hannibal Lecter movies. And then Joe reminded me there's that one with Ray Liotta where his head is open. That scene is crazy. But that scene is like that goes down. See, this is why, because we were talking about how like the Silence of the Lambs movies aren't really horror; they're more like psychological thriller, or like kind of like like
what's the word for that?
Psychological thrillers with
crime drama
elements,
crime drama,
drama. Yeah,
like what's all the stuff? Everyone's obsessed with serial killer stories, true crime. It's almost like a thriller true crime with
true-ish crime.
Thrill-ish crime. But that movie Hannibal, I think it's called, is the one where that's like a good horror scene.
Maybe I need to watch some of these.
But that's what I'm saying. They sprinkle in these like really good horror elements, and then you're like, well, this guy's like a fucking horror villain. But that Ray Liotta one is fucking classic because they like tried to go for realism.
Whoa, Hannibal the series, eh?
Oh, and the Hannibal series was pretty fucking good. That guy.
Yeah, we got.
What's that guy's name?
Mads
Mikkelsen. Yeah.
Man, he's so good.
Jack
In
Nicholson.
everything he touches.
He's so good. He just comes in. Whenever you see him on screen, you're like, oh, this movie's like about to be classy and sexy and mysterious, and that guy's a hunk.
Yeah.
I've been trying now because last night me and Ellie watched Late Night with the Devil.
Oh, I haven't
I
seen
think,
it yet.
Well,
Joe saw it, right?
I loved it. I thought it was so much fun.
You loved it? I was like, I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. It was cool. The way they told the story was awesome.
Yeah.
But every time I go into a horror movie now, I'm like wanting to be genuinely scared. And it's been a while since I've felt that. And I want
What
movies
scares
that can give me that.
Like what genuinely freaks you out? Because for me, there's like things that disgust me and I try to avoid. Like I don't want to watch torture porn, so like Hostel doesn't do it for me. Can't stand it. Doesn't scare me, but I don't like watching it. But then things with go ahead.
I would be the same way. Like gore doesn't scare me. It's just kind of like I don't find it entertaining or enjoyable to watch.
I like good gore. Like I like gore from like a Hatchet, where it's
like Al Gore.
Al Gore. Over the top, like Freddy Krueger, like that type of gore doesn't
like
bother me.
slasher stuff.
I just don't like. I'm gonna torture this woman for 20 minutes in like in a masturbatory way. It doesn't do it for me. Now,
so you saw Terrifier, or you've seen Terrifier?
I watched the clips online because I was very
that's what I've
interested,
done.
and it's too much.
That's the idea.
It is, but it's like you got to think about. Here's my perspective on it, and obviously everyone's free to have their thoughts on horror and gore and all that. No one's right or wrong here. My feelings are this: like I used to also feel similarly about torture porn, Joe. Like the Hostel movie feels like torture porn, and when we call a movie torture porn, we say that because it just feels like the whole gimmick is like how horrible can we how much torture can we put this character through
In a sadistic way that isn't creative, is I guess what I would say. Like Saw is torture porn, but it's like in a fun Pee-wee's Playhouse sort of way. So I love that. That's fun. That's different.
Well, I think there's a way to look at the Terrifier movies that way too, because my thing is like if you watch those movies, if you watch them and not just like the clips and stuff, you get like a sense of the beginnings of a new horror monster.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I get that.
I love that. That's something that, like, when was the last time we had like a good something to add to the horror checklist, you know? And I think that Art the Clown is really like the next new, along with Megan. I think Megan is another horror creature.
I need to see Megan
to be in there. Oh, dude, Megan's so good. Megan's
we're gonna watch it.
Silly and like ridiculous, and you're laughing the whole time. And I think that's the way you need to treat movies that are like torture porn movies. Is like consider them as silly as like Saw. And just go like, well, because in the Terrifier movies, they do like push the torture to a limit that's like, well, what are we even watching anymore? And I
it's
get
like a Family
that.
Guy joke.
I get that. Yeah, I get that. But I think that's when it gets funny, and you're like, well, what is this stupid? What is?
But then it's not a horror movie.
Well, but okay. Here's the other aspect of it that really helps me enjoy it. Is they are like the gore in those movies are like it's really well done. It's like
impressive because the budget was nothing.
Yeah. And that's like that from an artistic perspective, from someone who understands what it takes to make a movie. Like that's impressive to see that level of gore done on a budget and then done in a way that's like, wow, I'm like looking at like, I don't even know what I'm looking at. I wouldn't be able to replicate this I think it's a level of artistry that I appreciate.
That scene with the girl in the bedroom in Terrifier
Right.
2. Oh my god. Look, I get it. I don't get off on it, but I get what you're saying, Steve. There are elements of it that are fun. When he runs back in with the salt and the bleach,
With the salt,
like
yeah.
my god.
I mean, and it's like truly when you get to the point where you're like, well, any real human would have died.
Yeah.
By this point,
Right.
then you're like, okay, well, I'm watching a cartoon. Then I'm watching a cartoon because this isn't real. Like, you're not gonna get someone like crawling away with all their skin gone, and like that doesn't happen. Maybe for a few seconds, but not like as long as. And then the person's like screaming as if they just got hurt.
Yeah.
Oh God! I'm like, that person should be dead. That person should have been dead 3 hours
Or
ago.
just like frozen in shock.
But I will say, and it's been long enough, but the first Terrifier movie had a moment that I was like, oh shit, that's really funny and good. And it was like, it might have been towards, or maybe you first meet him or something, but you see him as like this clown with like a big bag of tricks. He has like a bag.
I think I remember this.
Yeah.
And in his bag, he has like all this shit. And it's like usually like Joker, like the Joker cartoon stuff, like Big Hammer and like all this like stupid shit. But at one point, he like is being like taken down by one of the protagonists. And just when you think he's like done, he like pulls out a gun and shoots the person, and I'm like, I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen. Imagine it was exactly like, imagine Jason Voorhees just pulling out a gun and shooting one of the kids, like just sick of hitting him in the head with a hammer or like smacking him in the sleeping bag. Instead, he just pulls out a gun like Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
And like shoots the fucking. And I was like, dude, this is a cartoon. So once you. I feel like it really establishes that you're watching some kind of horror cartoon, and all the horror porn, all the torture porn stuff is just a chance for the filmmaker and the crew to like show off cool like horror effects.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of Jason, he's in the multiverse game.
Dude, yeah.
Oh, really?
Which is it's cool. It's really cool that he's in it, and it's a pretty solid game, all things considered. As far as like Smash like brothers type fighting games goes, the fact that Jason Voorhees is in this game that I guarantee is 99% children is so funny to me, and his moveset crack me up. One of them is he uses his sleeping bag. You put the other player in the sleeping bag and you slam it on the ground. Which in movies is he puts teenagers in a sleeping bag and slams them against a tree to kill them.
And if they're having sex, it's like
amazing some of the move sets that they've put in for him, because they're just these awesome love letters to the movies that are just flying over the kids' heads. I love it so much.
You know what, Joe? I'm seeing more of that in like in gaming, like especially in Fortnite. In Fortnite, it's like that's a kid's game, but we had like the fucking Predator in there, and we had like Terminator and Sarah Connor and Ripley, yeah, and then there's the chestburster emote that's like for Alien, and I'm like, this isn't for kids. And so it's almost like it's like these developers are like, we know that there are elder millennials and whatever older people playing this game, so we might as well sneak in like little treats like that, and the kids won't know.
Man, there's another movie does too that I was like, oh, that's so good. I can't remember it right now, but yeah, totally fun. It's a wild world playing as Jason Voorhees, stabbing Gizmo and like breaking Shaggy's back over your knee.
Well, I played it when it was like in beta or whatever. I thought they released this game like fucking 3 years ago or something, and I played it then, and I was like, okay, this is fine. And I even got Gizmo and the Gremlin, and was like, this is fun. I like playing as a Gremlin. That's fucking cool. And then it like disappeared, and I think people were upset because it didn't have any of the voice acting in it. Like it didn't have, and it was such a misstep. It's like you have like fucking Shaggy and like
you don't have the original guy.
Yeah, Bugs Bunny, and they're not saying no. They didn't have voices. They didn't have voices.
Wait, there was no voices?
They do now.
They do now, but back when
Okay.
it came out originally, it was like, sorry, like, yeah, it's good, but we don't have any of the voices. Sorry.
Oh, that's awful.
And I think people were really bummed out, upset about that. And then they like took a big giant hiatus and brought the game back. And then they like brought it back with voice acting. And so now it has like all the character voices. I think Mark Hamill's the Joker and
Yeah,
stuff
okay.
like that. So Matt was like, I'm playing it again and it's fucking cool because Jason's in it.
Yeah.
And tried out Jason, really cool, a little clunky. The game's a little clunky. It doesn't feel as smooth as Smash Brothers. Like Smash Brothers is fast and like know, this one's a little
I
slower.
feel like that always happens.
I know they
a
can't get
knockoff.
the speed right and also maybe they're like, but we don't want to do it like that. We want to do it this way, and
We want to do it this way with the WB.
maybe that works for some people or whatever.
Animaniacs have got to be the next update character. by the way.
Yeah, well,
that's
the
crazy they're not
character
in it.
designs are really good. The cartoon, like the Gremlin, looks so cool. He like rides around on a little tricycle, and he like, it's
Gizmo in his little car.
Gizmo's car.
All the
Yeah,
fighting
and
styles are incredibly different. I give props to the game. I think it's fun.
it's well made. I think they did it. It's better now that it has the voice acting, and I love that they're like, fuck it, we're gonna put Jason in, and we're gonna have him do stuff from the movies and
Do
stuff.
you
I mean, they got
think-
hard competition too. That's
Yeah.
like hard to live up to something like that. Yeah.
And so many people have tried, and nobody's ever hit it out of the park. Remember when PlayStation did their like All-Star?
Oh yeah,
Ball?
All Stars. Yeah, it
Oh,
had like
God.
Kratos and like the Little Big Planet guy.
Nobody talks about that anymore.
You know, it's interesting because it felt like the reason why Smash Brothers is so good is because they're all beloved Nintendo characters as fighting game characters, and you're like, well, that's the secret sauce. And then PlayStation did it, and it didn't work. So it was like,
not
what
it.
is the secret sauce?
Yeah.
then? We don't know.
Well, yeah,
Good
they start
quality
out with a
game.
solid foundation, and then we're like, now we're gonna put anything in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's weird how Nintendo's so stingy and weird about like who they add into the game and in Smash Brothers.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
there's this whole thing about like they'll never put Waluigi in or something, or like they'll never put these characters in, and like I don't know. It's weird. They're weird about it.
They're gonna put the Terrifier in it next.
In Smash Brothers. Could you imagine the tide turning to the point where it's like we need to focus on adult gamers again and but do it in a way that's like under the like under the radar a little bit, and they just start doing it because I mean Jason being in a kid's
It's still pretty
Jason
crazy.
being in multiverses is weird to me, but
It is
I
weird.
love it.
Yeah, it's incredibly weird.
Someone's taking a chance over there.
I love it. A game that I always wanted was a horror, like a horror throwdown game, like legit one from a studio. And Mortal Kombat kind of gave that to us back in like Mortal Kombat 10 or 9 when they had Leatherface and
Freddy.
Jason, and I
I think they have Freddy.
they had Freddy in 9. Yeah, that Freddy sucked though. It's too bad. I thought it was a missed opportunity. But I would love a world where we had like a Smash Bros type scenario
Horror
with
movie
all
monsters.
the horror icons.
I
Yeah.
think that's that. I mean, obviously they'd be fucking cool, but there's licensing nightmares in the horror universe.
Yeah, but Fortnite does it, so it's like
That's true.
everything's- Here's a question for you: does Fortnite last forever?
I've thought about this too.
Yeah, we talk about this sometimes. Like we joke about Fortnite 2 is coming. Yeah, but I think it lasts. I think it does probably last a very long time. I think even recently, some head like CEO of Steam or someone that works at Steam let out a quote that was like, in 5 to 10 years, Steam will be like the number 3 and Epic will be the number 1 like gaming platform. Because Epic Games has like all of these things under their banner, including Fortnite, and they're just like destroying user numbers. Like people are just playing the fuck out of Fortnite and all of their Epic games and stuff. So I don't know. Yeah, maybe I do see it lasting beyond my life, at least.
Yeah.
Because of what it is, the constant updating. They've been smart about adding extra games and yada yada yada. But Fortnite has a foundation in the way they update it. It's an ongoing story, which is very interesting. Like it just doesn't seem like there's a reason for it to stop. The only thing that would stop it is the younger youth are like, nah, we're not going to play it.
We
But
don't want
it's
to play
created,
the shooting. Yeah.
yeah, but it's created enough of a fan base for today's youth all the way up to the Steves of the world and
Yep.
older.
Yep.
Yeah.
If they keep playing it,
There's this old lady that plays Fortnite on TikTok, and she like streams it. And she's like this old lady, and she's just like killing dudes and like getting dubs and stuff. It's really funny. And they just did a partnership with Disney, and they're gonna launch this like huge Disney
world.
Fortnite world, whatever that is, and it's gonna connect to the Disney Plus and
What the heck? And then they're gonna have Fortnite TV shows.
it honestly, it's like it feels like it's growing really fast.
Oh, is Fortnite the Oasis officially?
It kind of it has always felt like that to me, even when I joined like 3 or 4 years ago or whatever, or 3 years ago. Just the idea of like being able to be all of these characters fighting each other in a virtual world. It feels like Ready Player What?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But also like
Joe's gone into a trance, guys.
I was reading
Lost
some
him.
stuff about how this new season, the new season of Fortnite is called Wrecked, and they could just do season and season. They could just release seasons in perpetuity, and come up with new ideas all the time. And this one is really fun. It's like more car oriented, and you like
I like
you
that.
add modifiers to your car, like spiky rails and guns and big wheels and bulletproof wheels, and then you like it turns into like a fucking like twisted metal death match towards the end of the game, and you're all like smashing your cars together, and everyone's in a you could be in a fucking battle bus, and everyone's screaming and shooting. It's like really chaotic and fun. And then I check out what the community is talking about, and they're like, we can't get our dubs anymore. We can't, because all the sweats that dominate those games are like building these fucking like 5-star resorts out of like forts, and then the cars just like crush through them like butter, essentially. And all of these like competitive players are like fucking pissed. Like Ninja,
Oh, I bet he's
streamer.
pissed.
He came out and said, "Fuck this game," and like and he has a character in the game. He has a skin.
Yeah.
My God, what a
And the reason why,
what a whiny little bitch.
I know, and it's because he can't win the way he normally does because the car stuff. And so, but what they did, Joe, which is a very interesting thing, is they've like disrupted this like enterprise of e-gamers, of esports gamers that make like real money playing these ranked modes in
Make more
competition.
money getting good again. Bitch.
I know, but these are people that like their lives depend on them. Like,
Dude, I'm not crying for them in any way.
No,
shape,
I'm not crying either. But what I'm saying is Epic has disrupted that like whole
good
of people, and they're really mad about it. And it's crazy because the community, a lot of the community thought is well, the reason why Fortnite has survived through all of these Overwatches and PUBGs and all these games, like it's more popular than those games at this point, is because those games stayed exactly the same, didn't really change their shit too much.
Right.
And it has its audience, and that's it. It'll never grow. But Fortnite keeps changing every fucking season, and that's what keeps it fresh. It brings in new players. It keeps the old players entertained.
Plus, I guarantee those tournaments that all those people go to, there are modes where they get to just do the old school classic mode. Like I'm not crying for them at all. Ninja sounds like maybe he went down a couple belts and like he's a yellow belt now a little bit.
It is kind of crazy though. Someone that is like in what seems like in Epic's pocket in a lot of ways because of all the stuff that is in Fortnite about Ninja. And so it feels like it's such a strange thing to have him just straight up be like, "Fuck you, I'm not making my money."
It's all good. It's all press at the end of the day.
Of course it is. Yeah,
like, they know, and he's going to come back because that is where his money is. He can whine for 3 months if he wants, and then he'll come back up next one, and he'll go, "Oh my God, let me show you everything that's in the battle pass."
But
and
see,
all the 5-year-olds.
And I'm kind of sad about it as someone that really enjoys the changes they do. Like last season was fine. It didn't feel like much special. There was like these Icarus wings you could fly around in.
Oh, yeah.
And I really loved that.
It was pretty cool having gods plus Avatar.
Avatar,
Like,
the bending.
there was
Yeah.
a real orgy of IP
Oh,
in the
man.
last season.
And people
Yeah.
were pissed off at those air bending, water bending powers or whatever because it was
They were
like
too
super
powerful.
OP. Yeah.
Yeah.
I loved
And
it.
but everyone complains about everything whenever every new season comes out. But the best time to play Fortnite is like the first week a new season launches because it has all the things the developers want you to love. It has all the things they spent like months and months with teams, making sure it's fine tuned and ready to go with all the new features and all the exciting fun shit. And then the community goes crybabies, and then they have to like get rid of all
Update
this
it.
stuff
Yeah.
that they like put in because they were like, we're the guys making this game that you love. Trust us.
Bunch of snowflake
crybabies.
Zers, you know what I'm saying?
It's these goddamn Gen Zers with their socks up to their knees.
Speaking of ninja, tangent, samurais, bam. I started watching last night and I didn't even want to go to bed. Blue Eye Samurai.
What's that?
It's so
Wait.
fucking.
Last Night or Blue Eyes Samurai? What are you talking about?
Blue Eye Samurai. Last night I started watching it on Netflix.
Last Night. Okay. There's
said
a
you started
movie
watching
called
Last
The
Night?
Last Night.
No. Last night I started
That's
watching.
what
Last night in Soho, I started watching
My,
Blue
my
Eye
sentence
Samurai.
was I started watching last night, but there was a comma there. I started watching
see.
last night,
He's
comma.
doing a movie game thing.
Look, Steve, have you heard of this?
Joe, what if you turn? Hold on, really quickly, just super quick tangent. What if you did a like an upgrade to the movie game or like a conversational version where you try to make a conversation between two people based on movie titles? So it's like it has to be a conversation that kind
Oh,
of
that's like a
works.
game. It's an improv game.
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
like my girl too.
People do it. People have done it with like music titles and stuff. Like if you used
Yeah.
to watch Lines It Anyways, they would do a music title conversation. It's fucking.
Yeah.
It's really funny when it works, but my god,
It's
hard.
got to be hard to do, but that's why I'm
Yeah.
saying, like with a card element, you could have suggestions, or there could be like you fill in the blank with a movie, but it has like the conversation or something. I don't know. Whatever. There's a game there. What is
Anyways, watch it.
Eye
Blue
Samurai?
Eye Samurai.
Have you guys both not heard of it?
No.
I know it. It's on Netflix and it's animated.
Yeah, it's an animated Netflix show. I think it's anime-ish, but it's not. I think it's made here in America. But oh my god, it's so much fun.
There's been a lot of those popping up on Netflix, like on the front page.
What?
It's an original for
Anime
Netflix.
stuff? Animated stuff?
Hyper violent, hypersexualized, in-depth, and like adult animated show. So
Who makes it? It's a new team of people.
good. Let's look it up.
Have they made anything else?
Excuse me?
Wouldn't it be cool to learn that the like Eon Flux team is like the new show
on
they're
it.
making or something?
That show like messed with my brain. When
I know, me too, but it also led me into it. It made me the pervert I am today. I think,
I know, me too.
along with South Park and
It's a wife and husband team.
Yeah. There's Randall Park is a voice in it. George Takei, Kenneth Branagh.
Whoa!
Yeah,
oh
dude.
wow! Oh my!
It's very,
That's my
very,
George
very
Takei
good. Anyways,
impression.
I totally recommend it. I'm gonna I don't even want to talk to you guys right now. I just want to go finish the last.
Wow!
one.
No shit. When was the
Damn.
last time you felt that way about a show,
Scavenger Rain.
dude? Yes. So wait, did we? So when did you
I
watch
think we
that?
talked about it. I watched
Did
it
we?
months ago.
Okay. So we have talked about it then. Okay,
Scavenger
so
Rain is a unique experience with the best world building that I've ever experienced.
It's the most unique world that they've built that I've just never seen it before. It follows like a planet Earth kind of like scientific biological accuracy of creatures, but it's like weird alien shit. I love it.
It's not for
kinda-
everyone.
No.
It's because the pacing's very odd.
Yeah.
But
Is it slower?
it is beautiful. I think it's slower, and it's non-traditional storytelling. It's
Okay.
just it's more like
Maybe,
you're floating
yeah,
through an
a little bit.
experience of watching people survive on a planet. Interconnected stories, but it's definitely not like
Flashbacks.
the normal structure that you would totally experience in a
Kind of has a Lost vibe to it.
little bit.
Lost, like
Yeah.
everyone's because you're like
Yeah,
you flash
Kevin, watch that
back.
today. Holy shit! I thought you saw that. You got to watch Scavenger
Me?
Rain, man.
Yeah,
No, I
watch
haven't seen
Scavengers
that.
Rain, and as a matter of fact, it's on Netflix now, and unfortunately, it was canceled, so it is just one season.
They canceled it, motherfuckers. But now that it's on Netflix, though, they might bring it back.
That would be cool, because I mean, come
Okay.
on, give us this unique shit, man. Give us
so
the unique
fucking
stuff.
Good. There's so much story left.
I just want creatives to have a blank canvas to make shit. Like I saw the TV Glow last night. Have you guys heard about that movie?
I heard about it. Is it good? Because it's really
TV
weird,
Glow.
right?
It's I saw the TV Glow.
It's getting rave
what-
reviews.
It is
You
called
saw the TV series Glow, right?
Last night, I saw the TV Glow.
the TV Glow. And I saw a red dragon and a blue-eyed samurai. It is an A24 indie weird kind of visually well made kind of like a slice of life kind of a very heavy
Okay.
emotional movie with that is also wrapped around an homage to the mid 90s. And Joe, this movie
Okay.
was like made, it feels like it was made by people our age who like, because you were like in 1996 you were in high school, right? You were like sophomore, freshman.
No, I was seventh grade.
Okay, in 1996.
Yeah.
Okay, so 97, so there's like a 96, 97, 95 kind of vibe of it that like they just nail. They like parody like old school Nickelodeon TV, and the characters are obsessed with this show that doesn't exist, and it's incredible. It's an incredibly well constructed homage to the mid 90s.
Okay.
But it's incredibly heavy, emotional, personal story that isn't necessarily for us, but it is an important story I think that needs to be told in this day and age, and I highly recommend seeing it for the experience alone.
I like that you're being Vogway about it.
Very vague.
Yeah, because I went in so blind that I thought
how
I
I've
was going to
been.
watch a horror movie. And it had horror elements, but it was not a horror movie. And I was like, fuck it, I'm just buckled up for this. It's nice, Kevin.
Yeah.
You like
I've been
doing
loving
that.
doing it. Yep. Not
nice.
and also they put out like teasers for the new Tiana's ride at Disneyland.
I know,
And I'm
they're
I don't want to see
everywhere.
anything. I don't want to see any of it. I just want to sit on it and be surprised by all of it.
I can't remember the last time, like, can you guys remember the last time you went on a new theme park ride and didn't know anything about what was going to happen?
Yes.
We probably have the same one.
I
Okay.
wonder. Mine is Harry Potter.
Oh.
Oh, the one where you're on a bench and it like flies
I didn't
around.
know shit about it going in. My mind was blown walking even through the line
Oh,
experience.
Q is cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine was Rise of the Resistance. I had no
Well, you
idea.
didn't
That's the
know
other
anything.
one. 100%. Yeah, I didn't know
You
shit.
just said that like it's like a mix of different things, and that's all I knew.
I had zero expectation going in. Actually, I had a bigger expectation than what it was. What it was great. I thought it was going to be more of a weird technological wonder. I thought it was going to be more of like a VR experience of
Yeah.
sorts, augmented reality. I'm glad it wasn't,
Me too.
but I really
You were
enjoyed it.
expecting, so it was blown up into really
Because
high
the hype
proportion.
was so big on it that I expected something so new.
Revolutionary.
yeah, and you went on it a little bit later, right? Like not soon after
last
it
year,
opened.
like last
Yeah.
summer.
So by then it had already been hyped up. But dude,
But
when
it's-
that was the first time I've gotten chills on a ride in a long, like I don't even remember when I would get chills on a ride. When you walk into the room of the stormtroopers, all
Dude,
there,
I
and
felt
it feels
like
like you're in space.
The scale
So
of
good.
it, the scale of that
So
ride is
cool.
insane.
I had to I told you guys this, but I had to call my mom like the
I
second
remember. I
got
was
off
there.
that ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, this is like living in Star Wars. This is like going into Star Wars.
Yeah.
And I was like, this woman who introduced Star Wars to me needs to know that I was just in Star Wars, and it's like an incredible feeling. It was so
Has
cool.
she got to go on
She did, and I have a video of me filming her on it, her reaction on it the whole time.
Okay.
And it is like incredible, dude. It's incredible to
that.
watch because it's like looking at a little kid, it's like watching a little kid go through a Star Wars ride. Because she's like, oh, and she's like hugging my arm, and she's like,
That's good mom
it's
stuff.
so fun.
I went on it with Heather, and we went there for it was an anniversary.
Oh
so we
yeah.
like pins. There was like, these guys are here for a reason. We were sitting there waiting in like the spot where like you're getting like put into where your pods
Interrogated, yeah.
and the Empire people are walking back and forth, and one of them stops and they look. She's short. She's like 5'3". She stops. She turns. She looks at us. She goes, "Oh, is it your anniversary?" And we both go, "Yeah." And she just looks at us and goes, "No one cares."
Yeah, that ride is the Disneyland version of Dick's Last Resort, because they get to be kind of like grumpy and mean in there, and I like that. I like that they get to let the cast members have fun in there.
I suppose like the one that is more geared toward what I thought it was going to be is the Millennium Falcon experience, but I don't enjoy that as much.
A lot of people don't, and I think it's really sad because I think it's a cool ride. I think the concept is really cool, and if they do what they said they were going to do and like put new experiences,
That's what I thought they were gonna do. Yeah.
in there, it would keep it fresh. Like, all they need to do is put 3 different ride experiences
It's just
in there.
gotta Fortnite it up, Put Jason in there.
Put the Starship Enterprise in there. Can you imagine? Be like, holy shit. But I think the biggest issue with that ride is that you need 5 people that are your friends. Otherwise, you're gonna have a miserable fucking experience in there.
Because when we did it that way.
Oh my god.
I mean, like, I can't wait to ride that again with a group of people.
Yeah,
because
you gotta
that
go
was just insane.
Because you're screaming, you're like, follow the train, follow the train,
we were
follow the train.
screaming.
And it's so fun if you could get all your pals in there. But if not, you have to let a 4-year-old control the ride, and you're like sick to your stomach by the time it's done.
There's that, but also if like you have any modicum of anxiety, like going in there and then like there's somebody that's maybe taking it too seriously and like mad at people not doing it well.
Yeah, it's like, I can't hear the directions. Everyone stop laughing. It's not funny. This is the Empire. I know, but that's why that ride is. I think that's what the failure of that ride is, the fact that you have to. It's a video game you have to play with strangers, and that's never going to be smooth. There's always going to be issues with that.
We
Fuck
didn't even
Disneyland. I'm done with Disneyland.
We didn't even talk about what horror movies that I want a horror movie that's going to make me scared.
Oh yeah. So what was the last horror movie that made you scared?
I think the last one that gave me the biggest ick altogether, like overall, was Midsommar.
Yeah.
That one,
Was that
like,
scary, or was that just more?
for me, it was. There were some moments. I mean,
It's
the
scary
cuts
because you don't
to-
know what's going to happen, and you empathize with the characters, and you're like, if that was me, I would be fucking terrified.
Okay, I got a couple for you.
And then
Some are
hold
a
on,
little bit
also
more
real quick, the scene from Nope when the fake
When you're
aliens
inside.
dressed up
Oh, yeah.
are coming out, that I remember.
And they're like
scared the
poking their
shit out of
heads
me.
around the corner and stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, that scene is so good because, going into that movie pretty blind, too.
Yeah.
Like, well, fuck, this is it. We're
This is
meeting
it.
aliens, and this is
Yeah.
it. That's what they look like. And I'm always curious what a new movie's alien design is gonna be. And I was like, fuck, they look so cool. They got like beady black eyes. I've never
Yeah.
seen anything like that. And then they like pull the twist on you, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
It kind of
Yeah.
it kind of diminished that, I think, a little bit, that they were just fooling us. But that movie overall, I think I just loved it so much. I loved everything about that movie. I loved it.
Man, I had two immediate responses to you, Kevin. I just lost one of them. But one is
left
Suspiria.
hand. Oh,
Watch
Suspiria.
the new one or the old one?
I'd say the new one just for pacing.
Yeah, new one's.
purposes.
A lot of people hated it. I loved Tilda Swinton in it, and I thought it was great.
Try Suspiria. I think
Okay.
that might. And then now this is scary in a different way, and it's more of a mind fuck. And I won't watch this movie again because I don't like the way it makes me feel. Funny Games.
Oh yeah, dude.
I haven't even heard of this.
Funny Games is a classic fucked up movie.
Is it
Yeah,
an older one?
If you
Watch the American remake.
It's
Okay.
crazy. It's like the first time. So there's a movie called Funny Games that this foreign director made.
I think it's
And there's-
French.
It's French or Swedish or something, and it's pretty good. And you're like, wow, that's incredible. And it's all subtitled, it's a different language. And then the director remade the same director, same everybody, remade the movie in an American cast used in English. So it's really the first time I've ever seen anything like that.
Yeah.
I think that was a unique thing. I saw the original one first and then saw the American one later, and I preferred the American one. But Joe, I agree with you, man. I saw both of those movies once and I never want to see them again. It's a
Okay.
home invasion movie that
Well, that'll
like
get me.
goes into like not to spoil too much, but it goes a little bit into Terrifier territory.
Okay.
A
I'm
little
not
bit.
into the demons. That stuff doesn't really scare me.
Dude,
Not
demons
demons.
gets me because of the fucking ingrained goddamn
Yeah, I
religious
think-
shit from my childhood. And it'll always like exorcist stuff. Like it's been a while since like an exorcism movie has gotten me. But
Did you find the first Omen scary? Because we were thinking about
no,
watching
but
that.
I appreciated it as a piece of art because they really do. You know, movies that are like modern, but they're prequels to something that came out in the 70s,
So
and
they
they
make
like.
it.
When they make it, they don't really they modernize it too much, and they don't really like keep it looking like a 70s thing. Well, this one really kept it looking like a 70s thing, and I liked that a lot. And
I mean, Late Night with the Devil too.
yeah,
Really
well, yeah,
did
maybe
such a cool job.
maybe check out the first Omen and just give it like a halfway watch, and if you don't love it, turn it off. But I appreciated the visuals.
Yeah, you just can get pacing problems. Like the problem with old horror movies sometimes, I think for the youth, even for me sometimes, is that they just feel so slow. It's
Yeah,
such
you're
a-
right.
Right.
that it doesn't hold on.
Yeah.
Have you seen? I'm sure you have because this is your generation's horror movie, but you've seen It Follows, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that
okay.
was
You-
creepy, but it didn't. I mean, I was younger, so I think it scared me more than it would probably scare me now. But it's just
Have you
been
seen- Oh, go ahead,
been
go ahead.
such a long time. It's been such a long time that I've watched a horror movie and been like, "Fuck that! I'm gonna be up at night tonight thinking about that shit."
Have you seen the Babadook?
I've seen scenes from the Babadook, so it would probably ruin it. But
Okay.
even
Yeah,
watching
maybe-
that on my phone, seeing that in the theaters would be scary as fuck.
Dude, I've seen it like 6 times or 5 times or something, and I recently rewatched it with my girlfriend, and it was like more of a, it was a scarier experience watching it with someone who had never seen it before, and then really putting yourself in the position of like, I haven't seen this in a long time. I'm really gonna I'm gonna like let the movie take over me.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna put myself in the position of the characters. I'm gonna really pay attention to the story, and it will like get delivered on the scare factor in a really big way. But it's also really indie and low budget.
is.
And by the time you get to like the reveal, you're like, oh, that's what
Not
it is.
too bad. Yeah. But I remember there's like scenes in that too where it's just like you're going down the hall, like the camera just goes down the hallway and stuff, and it's just like an empty hallway, and that's it. Like that's
Joe,
the
you've seen it?
suspense.
Sorry,
You
which
saw
one?
The Babadook?
Yes, I don't find the Babadook scary. I find it interesting.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
There
I
are
can't-
moments that
Yeah.
I can see, but I don't find it scary. I don't think it's the most like it's tense.
Yeah.
It's tense, yeah.
And you've seen The Grudge, Kevin? You've seen the Grudge movies?
I haven't seen The Grudge.
Grudge, right?
Grudge scared me quite a
Yeah.
bit.
Do you think Grudge Japanese version or American?
I know. I was thinking about that, Joe, because they're both very good. The Japanese version is very good, but I think reading subtitles for a horror movie takes
Yeah.
you out of the horror element a little bit.
I agree with that. Yeah.
But the original American Grudge has like kind of like a cheesy vibe, but the monster, it's a really good monster. It's a really
Love
good
that.
monster. I love a monster where it's completely unstoppable no matter what, and the way that it kills you is unclear.
Okay.
It's so vague and fucked up, and it's like I think what your imagination comes up with is a little scarier than what happens. I
Yeah.
think because
Yeah.
I think what happens is it's taking you to like a horror realm. It's taking you to like a void. When it
That's
kills
cool.
you, it's like takes you somewhere, and they just never find your body. You just disappear, and there's
Yeah.
no fucking Stranger Things. Let's go to the other side and save them. Shit, it's like literally everyone who dies in that movie dies. You don't know where they go, and it's fucking terrifying.
Which one is that?
The Grudge.
The Grudge.
Oh, the Grudge. The Grudge. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
like, no one gets saved. No, there's no, and maybe it's a spoiler, but it's been out for so long. There's no way to stop it.
Yeah, I know that.
That's the scariest part is that you
Yeah.
cannot stop it. There's no way to stop it. It's awesome.
Have you
Talk
seen
to me. Talk
The
to me had that
Witch?
scene.
Oh, go ahead.
Talk to me
is
had that scene with the kid when he was in limbo or whatever.
Yeah, and you see him in
That
hell.
was like,
yeah.
that was
like,
good.
Yeah, because that was uncomfortable and scary, and yeah, that's good.
And
I
just like
that.
I've never seen the way that was depicted.
Yeah.
So
Maybe
cool.
maybe some Cronenberg. You need to-
Oh, interesting. Yeah, like Videodrome or something
I
like
watched
that.
watched Videodrome, half of it. I fell asleep like last night, 2 nights ago for the
Oh,
first
really?
time. First time ever.
It's fucked up, huh?
So far, yeah. Like to the point where Heather walked in twice and was like, "What the fuck are you watching?"
Yeah, that's not a let the family walk in and see what you're watching kind of movie. I feel like.
Have you seen The Witch, Kevin?
No, but that is
Oh.
actually one that I remember hearing is like a creepy horror.
Yeah, watch
It's not
The
like
Witch.
that might be a good one. Is that the one with Daniel Radcliffe?
No, that's
Horns?
that's good too. No, Horns was I didn't know about Horns, but Lady in the Lake or something.
okay,
or
okay.
Watch Her in the Woods or something. Fuck.
Okay. The Witch though.
Daniel Radcliffe is in one that was actually kind of scary. I thought it's like a Victorian era.
The Woman in Black.
The Woman in Black. That was I found that to be kind of creepy, actually.
Okay.
You reminded me though during when you said The Witch. What was it? Oh fuck.
The Witch is Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah.
It's more creepy. It's not gonna like freak you out, but it's definitely got a vibe to
Oh,
it.
it has like because what about the Paranormal Activity movies? You seen those?
Those they didn't get me. I didn't find those too
Really? Not
scary.
even a little
Yeah.
bit?
I mean, there were scenes because I was like 12 when it came out, so it was like creepy in that sense, but never like stuck with me. Scary.
Okay, because I was gonna say that The Witch has like a Paranormal Activity like tension. Because
Okay.
the Paranormal Activity movies were like every time. Remember, it would tell you when it was nighttime,
Right.
and that's when you're like, "Oh fuck, here we go. What
Here
kind
we
of
go.
scary shit's gonna happen now?" And then you do the daytime stuff, and you'd be like, "Okay, I can relax for a second."
Relax.
And The Witch does the same thing. Like when it's nighttime, you're like, "Ah, fuck."
Okay.
Barbarian, also very fun and new.
Barbarian.
Blair Witch Project.
The first one?
You seen the Blair Witch Project?
I haven't seen it in its entirety. I've seen lots of scenes from it.
That one's good, but maybe it's like more of a relic
I
of
think
its
it's-
time.
I think so.
Like you had to kind of watch it when it came out.
Yeah.
I still think it's a great in all the found footage horror genre. For me, Blair Witch is number one. And also, have you guys seen Rec? REC.
No.
It's like record REC.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh. Was it those guys were like YouTubers, weren't they? I feel like they might have been.
I don't know.
Or maybe I'm thinking of a different one.
Maybe, because this is like a Spanish horror movie that they
no, I'm thinking of
make
VHS.
Yeah. That's different. No, Rec is good. It's hard to find it, unfortunately. And the versions that exist are all dubbed, and it's real bad. Bad dub.
Damn.
Bad.
I'm gonna watch. In fact, I want to watch Rec today. I'm gonna finally find a version of it that's not that fucking garbage.
There's 4 Recs too.
There are, and they're all pretty fucking good, dude.
Really?
I think don't read too much about it.
No, I'm not.
Don't read too much about what they're about. The last one was the most disappointing, but there's 3 like pretty good horror movies, found footage horror movies. All right, Joe.
Yes.
Let's end this show on a fun bit that we were talking about before we started, which was apparently there's like a TikTok thing going around where this might be hard to capture. Really?
I felt it.
Oh, you felt an earthquake?
Yeah.
I never feel them.
I feel them all the time, but my one thing of noticing them is my like blinds little thing if it's like waving, but mine's not. So maybe you got a little one over where you are, Kevin, and we didn't feel
Maybe
it.
you just have gas.
Or maybe your building shakes a little bit, Brother Bear. Okay, so there's a TikTok thing going around where you're supposed to let all of the breath out of your lungs, all the air out of your lungs, and then try to scream.
29 seconds ago, earthquake in LA?
Was there an earthquake, baby?
I'm just looking at the Twitter because everybody starts
Did you
to freak
feel
out.
an earthquake? Yeah. Well, she didn't feel shit. My girlfriend's precog. She can tell when things happen.
Okay, so we have to let out all our breath.
Okay, so the one I remember is you let out all your breath and then you try to laugh.
Okay.
But the new one is letting all your breath out and trying to scream.
Try to scream.
So should we try the scream one first?
Yeah, let's try to scream.
Yeah, let's do one by one.
All right, Joe, you go
All right,
first.
here we go.
You can't hear his breath
Damn
come
it.
out.
Zoom is gonna not give it to us. It was like watching you on mute.
It was like watching you on mute, dude.
Shit,
I heard nothing.
Did you hear it at all?
Well,
Nothing.
no.
Try again.
Maybe you need to turn off your noise cancellation or
I
something.
don't know how you do that.
Well, because mine doesn't do that, right? Does mine do that?
He's going again.
That
It looks so funny.
Not a damn
You're
thing.
trying. I can tell you're trying.
You guys don't hear nothing, huh?
All right, hold on. Let me try it. Tell me.
That's too bad. I'm not even being loud. Should pick it up. Heard you. Why are we hearing me?
I think you need
He's
to turn
got that nice mic.
No, I think there's in the if you go in your audio settings, Joe, turn off background
Audio.
noise suppression under audio profile. Turn it off or go to
Audio?
low
Audio settings.
audio. Go to audio profile. Is that in there?
Audio profile.
Shit, maybe this is just for the full version. Are you using the app or the web version?
I'm using the app.
I'm on the app.
I'm using the app.
Wait,
You
you
don't
go in
see-
settings?
Background noise suppression. Auto.
Low.
Okay. All right.
Where'd
here
you
we go.
find that? Shh.
Should go to the bottom to the audio tab on the left.
Okay.
Audio tab.
For everybody.
Audio settings.
Then scroll down. Audio settings.
Yeah, that's where I went. Audio settings.
Well, I
Scroll
just
down.
went to.
Then you
Oh
scroll
yeah,
down,
audio settings. Yeah, and then go to audio. Click audio.
and it says audio profile.
Under microphone, it says audio profile. Also, automatically adjust microphone volume should be off.
Okay. That's off. I don't see an audio profile setting. Oh, right here. Zoom background noise removal.
Whoa,
Yeah.
there's a live performance setting in beta. That's
Oh,
interesting.
interesting.
So should I
what-
turn it on low?
Turn it on low.
What was the other one you
Okay.
turned off, Steve? Automatically adjust microphone
Automatic
volume?
adjust microphone
Yeah.
volume.
Okay. Oh, I wonder if that will make everything better in the long run. Interesting.
Okay, try it
Wow.
again, Joe. Try the screen. Try the no breath screen.
How do I sound overall? Does it sound okay?
Sounds good.
Okay,
You
here we
sound
go.
fine.
Here we go.
Okay, ready?
Is that what it was like the first 2 times?
Yeah.
Wait, so, okay. I'm just gonna
Yeah, let out all the air and then scream.
okay, ready?
Yeah. Kevin's gonna pass out.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
good.
try the laugh one real quick. Joe, laugh.
Okay.
Try the
That's
laugh one.
Okay. Oh man, that's really good.
What's going on?
Okay, well, let me try.
Dude, that was really hard. It's hard.
Laughing is way harder than the scream, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like I should try and smile like I normally do when I laugh.
That is wild. That's like so, like
I can barely get that out.
It's like someone's dying as their last.
Dude, it was like so hard to get it out.
All right. Well, that was great, guys. Thanks for listening to the show today. Love you, boys. Thank you for being patrons if you're still patrons, and we appreciate you. We'll catch you next time on the Valleycast.
Goodbye.